Hello, everybody, and welcome back to TVO. On today's episode, it's Ant-Man, Quantumania Ant-Man.
Okay, yeah, that is an intro.
Yeah, because everyone keeps pointing out that Quantumania has Ant-Man in it.
What do you mean everyone keeps pointing it out?
A lot of people keep pointing it out on the internet, that they've suddenly just discovered this fun fact that Ant-Man, and also it's at the end of the movie, spoilers.
I feel like they advertised that.
Yeah, I know. But everyone's suddenly just finding out about it.
Okay, that's interesting, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, ants, Dan. Do you like ants?
I like the other Ant-Man films.
I didn't ask about Ant-Man films. I said, do you like ants?
Do I like ants? As the insect ants? Wow.
Yeah.
Out of my favourite insects, I think my favourite has to be a caterpillar. Okay. So, it's not as important as a caterpillar.
What's your favourite type of ant? Is it the black carpenter ant?
No, I like a bullet ant.
Carpenter ant, the bullet ant, the pharaoh ant, the fire ant.
Also quite like Aunt McPartland.
You what?
I also quite like Aunt McPartland.
Do you like Aunt May?
I like Aunt May as well.
Do you like the raspberry crazy ant?
Are you just Googling ants?
Yes.
Why are you doing this instead of actually reviewing
There's a dinosaur
the film?
Because this would probably get Michael Douglas's Hank Pym interested. And yeah, why not? Why not talk about ants for Ant-Man Quantumania?
I guess.
Do you want to talk about the film? What do you like about the film? Did you like the film? Did you hate the film? Did you hate ants?
I'm still not sure. I cannot tell if I enjoyed that film or not. I think I have to watch it again.
The second most disliked Marvel movie at 48%. I think Eternals was 47.
Yeah, so, I don't think it was bad.
Yeah, Eternals is 47. Ant-Man. What is that Incredible Hulk? Keep going.
Okay, yeah. So I don't think the film was bad. At no point did I think the film was bad.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I was trying to think. This film was missing something. Something the trailer did well, because I liked the trailer, the first trailer. But this didn't hit at the same levels for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's to do with the music. And I think maybe Ant-Man being so serious doesn't work so well for me.
Yeah.
Because this film was a very serious film at the end of the day. Like, there was jokes in it. And I did enjoy the jokes.
Yeah.
But for me, that's always been the highlight for me for Ant-Man, it's not taking itself seriously. It's, you literally, the second film, I actually really enjoyed the second film, just for the jokes in it, like, just shrinking, and it wasn't world-ending, it was just fun, right? I know you didn't like the second one as much.
I find the second one fine. I think it's decreasing returns.
Yeah, when I first watched it, I really enjoyed the second one. After that, I didn't enjoy it as much, but this one, I don't know what it was.
I'll tell you what this movie is missing.
What's that?
Luis.
Yes, Luis.
Michael Pena. Why is he not on this adventure?
I felt like if he was... He's probably what's been carrying the last two Ant-Man films.
Yeah. But that isn't... Because the issue with the Ant-Man films is Edgar Wright was originally meant to direct the first one.
Yeah.
And then they switched it to Peyton Reed. And everyone was like, oh, this is fine, it's serviceable, because it had the... You could clearly tell the influence of Edgar Wright on the first one.
Yeah, you could.
And then the second one is like... Oh, okay, this is what you're doing with Ant-Man. Okay, cool. Yeah, the Luis, sequence wasn't as good. They tried to replicate it, and then I think they gave up in this one, because they were like, we can't do a Luis sequence.
Yeah.
How do we do a Luis sequence in this movie? So we'll just get rid of him. And I'm like, yeah, no, you should have kept Luis. Brought him along. He makes the jokes. Everyone else can be more
It definitely was missing Luis.
Yeah. By the way, full spoilers.
Full spoilers, yes.
If I haven't mentioned that already, 5 minutes in.
I want to give some credit to the film. I think a highlight for me would have been Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, I like him.
I think
I think there's too many.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing at the minute what's going to happen, but once again, I'm happy with Kang. I think he's a good casting. He's very screen attention. Like, you can see the threat that he poses.
See, I don't know. I don't feel like he's that threatening, because he gets beaten up by Ant-Man and gets beaten by ants.
He does.
So I'm like, I feel like he was more scary until he got beaten by ants. And then I like the moment where he's beating the shit out of Ant-Man, and Ant-Man looks like he's gonna die, and then he just gets zapped a bunch, and then he gets pushed into a portal.
I am annoyed that Kang didn't win.
I think they switched it.
Yeah, I think...
Because it really felt like they were going to die, or get trapped in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
And Kang was going to escape the quantum realm.
Yeah. I think
and then it feels like they just went, oh no, it's a bit too dark for an Ant-Man film.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's just, for me, it felt a bit meh. It wasn't particularly bad, but it just wasn't great.
I thought it was fine. I don't love it. I'm not gonna go watch it again anytime soon. I was debating whether or not to go watch it today, and I was just like, no.
Did you feel much tension during the film?
No, none at all.
No, neither did I.
I don't like his daughter. I don't know why they needed to. I don't feel she added anything that the other actress who was in Endgame couldn't have done.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not hating on the actress for that one. I don't.
I don't think she's bad. I just don't see why they switched her out.
I don't either.
It just feels less like it's just like, oh, is this his secret second daughter that he suddenly discovered? Because I feel like it's like, oh yeah, that's. I felt like Ant-Man in Endgame had more of a connection in that one brief minute of screen time where he's like, oh my god, you're so big, and then it's just like, oh, that felt more wholesome than the entirety of this movie, where it's just like edgy teenage angst daughter.
I think that's the trouble. I just didn't feel much from the film.
I like Ant-Man. I thought Evangeline Lilly gets shoved to the side a bit.
I think everyone gets shoved to the side. I don't understand.
Michelle Pfeiffer gets dragged out to the front, and I think her motivation's weird. She's just like holding with information because the plot demands it.
Yeah, and there's actually no reason
It's like,
to.
oh yeah, if you just told us this, we would be able to solve all this problem quite quickly.
And you kind of just hid the information for no reason.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, no, I wanted to live my life, which isn't justification if you know there's a psychotic mass murderer of multiple dimensions. And you're like, yeah, I don't know. I think this movie just suffers from, it's just kind of all over the place in where it wants to be.
Yeah, this one's a hard one to discuss, man, because...
Okay, what did you like? What did you like about it?
I liked a lot of the visuals. I think the quantum realm is a very interesting place to look at.
I thought it was kind of just flat.
No, I don't think. I think so. I like the.
I think.
Maybe not all of
go
it,
on.
but definitely the ones, especially from the trailer, where you get that zoom out and you get like the yellow beams up in the sky. I think those that's a really cool scenery, and I wish there was more of that.
I think it just kind of a lot of the time looked like they were standing in front of a green screen.
Yeah, they probably were, but to be honest, like...
Well, yeah, I know. This is the problem with this movie. It's like, you couldn't have built some real sets to...
But the background still looked cool.
Yeah. I think some of them look... I think it was just a bit like... I'm not going to complain about the visual coloring of everything, because I know people love to go on about that they're too dark, but like... It just felt kind of flat in a lot of places in some of the backgrounds, and I was just not really... Like, I'll give Avatar the credit. The worlds looked nicer. But I still don't love Avatar's world. I just think in terms of like everything feeling like it was like you could touch it, Avatar did a better job of portraying that than this film. Which, look, it doesn't bother me. It's just me nitpicking because my brain's just going, It's had time to think about it.
This film is still better than Avatar. I will say that.
Oh yeah, no, this is much... I enjoyed this much more than Avatar.
Yeah. And I did have a good time watching this film. I must specify that.
I didn't come out of this going, I hate this movie. I just came out of it going, well, that happened.
Yeah, the same. I was like, yeah, okay, that was a film.
Yeah. Do I remember much about it? Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, it just felt like the film never really got going.
It just kind of like, it just ends in the same... Because Kang's gone. The question I had, at the beginning, do you reckon, because the quantum realm exists outside of time and space... My thing was, when you first see Kang pop up, he basically is wearing, I think, what Loki's variant, the He Who Shall Not Be Named or whatever it is, his clothes, basically. Or at least something's very similar. So I thought, oh, instead of killing him, she's just banished him outside of time and dimensions, which is what he was already in.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing it's not. Because it's a different version of him. Because the other one is dead. So that was a bit confusing to me. I was like, oh, okay, Loki, they banished him outside of the already outside of time. And it's just because they're outside of time, they've just slotted into a different time spot in the outside of time. So who knows?
Yeah, to be fair, I am very disappointed that Kang didn't win.
Yeah, I think they... But then I think they did it so that they could do the joke at the end, and it's like the impending doom.
Yes,
Paul Rudd's got to do the little joke about the impending doom and it being all like, did we do the right thing? Did we actually win? No, that's fine, whatever. And then he does it again, and I'm like, okay, don't know why. I think it would have been better if they got trapped, but
I was thinking that. I was like, oh, it's Ant-Man's third film.
Because this is your big introduction to Kang as the Conqueror and your big setup for the big villain of the next Avengers film. And he loses.
They did defeat him a bit too easily.
It is just a bit of a punch on, and then he gets zapped a bunch and gets jammed into a portal shredder, essentially. And then they can immediately fix the device to bring him back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh. Also, did they just leave all those ants to fix the society? Because they're smart ants now. You look so happy.
Nah, it's alright. Just something's happened in my house.
You good?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm having a mental breakdown. It's absolutely fine.
Okay, wonderful.
What were we talking about?
Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Ah, yes, yeah.
Shall we go over the plot?
I want to talk about MODOK.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know how I feel about that being Darren.
I think it makes sense. I think it's horrible CGI, but I think it's kind of the best that they were ever going to be able to do that character, because it's just a big head.
Yeah,
in a shitty little
it's
robot
true.
body.
It's never going to look good, CGI.
I don't like his turnaround.
No.
I think that was not earned at all.
The thing is, I actually laughed during his death.
Oh yeah, no, I thought it was stupid as fuck.
Thing is, I think it meant a laugh because Ant-Man's just there like, yeah, I don't care if you turn around, like you're still a bad guy.
I didn't think he earned that. All he does it in the stupidest way. He's meant to be a killing machine, and he runs into a fucking shield, energy shield, and then just dies.
Yeah. But that's what's funny about it as well, because Ant-Man just didn't care. He just didn't care.
Oh yeah, no, they didn't even know. They were like, oh,
they're like,
yeah,
oh, he's dead.
Darren.
All right, yeah, bad. Oh, okay.
I don't believe the moment between him and Cassie either, where it's like, yeah, look, you're a giant cunt, and now don't be a cunt.
Yeah.
They say dick, but like, hey, look, if they were actually allowed to say swear words, they'd say cunt.
They would have, but maybe in the Australia version.
Maybe. There's one moment that I find really weird is when they're big and they hug and they're like, "Oh my god, you're so big," and I'm like, "You're
still small.
Tiny. You're still small. You're just big. You're just big in this world, I guess. But there's also no one underneath them to scale it, so it just looks like they're because the camera angles are just like background buildings in the distance, so they look normal, but they're meant to be big in that world. But there's no scale around it, so it doesn't really work.
They also never actually explain how
they can grow.
Well, how they feel fine in the quantum realm. Because remember last time, Hank Pym was really like phased out and stuff.
Oh yeah, he got wobbly, but that was, I guess.
And then they were just fine this time. And then Janet was like, "Oh yeah, the quantum realm's weird," and that's literally it. And just
also,
they're like,
do
cool.
they need the helmets on to get big or not? Because they take the helmets off when they're big, but they don't shrink back down.
Yeah.
So do they need why do they need the helmets if they can have the helmets
there's
off?
no point explaining the logistics.
There's no point trying to explain the logic of their shrinking and growing because why can they grow and shrink in the smallest realm?
Also,
and why does it work as like scaling wise?
Yeah. Also, when they're big, technically they should still hit normally and would actually have a little. Their punch would feel like nothing because the logic is when they shrink, they have the full size power of a punch.
Yeah, but that would also create a black hole if you think about it logically.
Yeah, there is no logic in that, man. There is just don't question it.
It's just you go ants, and
Yeah.
that's the logic. Ants can do the 10 times their own body weight or whatever it is. That's how it works. Also,
Yeah,
why do the lasers not work when he's big, but they can disintegrate a small man?
Yeah.
There's leaps in logic that if you're not entertained, you do think about and you go, interesting.
I think during this film, I much more enjoyed the company than the actual film itself.
I felt like it was missing because I didn't love the daughter. I didn't really love any of the new weird quantum characters. Bill Murray's weird as just the guy Janet fucked in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
Does he have a functioning human penis? But he's not a human.
I mean, there were a few funny moments in the films. I did laugh a couple of times.
I liked the Jello guy.
I like the Jello guy. That was cool. And the hose thing was cool. I enjoyed that.
I don't know if that joke paid off. I know the setup, but my brain just went, oh, okay. he has holes. And then
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that moment.
I thought it was fine. I can't remember. There were 2 jokes that I really laughed at, and I can't remember what they were. And that's a testament to how good they were, if I can't remember what they were.
I think a lot of this film's quite forgettable.
Did you like the little heist that they had to put in? Because the first Ant-Man had a heist, and
There was
the
a
second
heist in this
Ant-Man
film?
Well, them trying to get the thing that Kang wants in the shrinky bit of the shrinky bit, where he goes all multiple personalities.
I guess that's a heist. It's a bit weird.
That's meant to be a heist because they're trying to get something from an unbreakable place or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know why Kang couldn't just do it. Maybe because all of his personalities would just try to kill him.
Maybe, I don't know. It's just a bit weird.
Well, as Ant-Man's like, we're gonna work as an ant because daughters love. Yeah. I don't know. I don't hate this movie. My brain just struggles to like find like cohesion.
Yeah.
What were the end credits? One was Loki, which
Yes.
that was what was spoiled in our TBO last week.
Was it?
Yeah, because I saw.
Oh, that's what
it was.
at.
Well, it was Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson, and it was at the bottom of the text. So I was like, end credit to Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson.
Okay, so that wasn't spoiled for me.
No, I was like, oh, okay, that's great. That I didn't read what it was, but I just saw Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson, so I was like, well, of course that's going to be the end credit scene.
Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked actually. They did do that.
Well, it's some.
Well, an
I
end
don't
credit
think
to a TV show. That's what I mean. That's a bit of a shock they did that way around. They haven't done that yet.
If you're technically Black Widow, because that
Maybe,
technically sets
I
up
suppose.
the Hawkeye. If you think about the logic wise of they're sending.
I guess actually you're right.
I don't think that's like proper.
This was more direct though.
This was a direct one to hey, look, Loki's back. Which, if you haven't watched Loki, is very confusing.
You're like, why the hell is Loki alive?
Yeah, I mean that's enticing. I guess if you haven't watched Loki and you're like, why is Loki around? But
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking forward to season 2 of Loki now. Even though I did that.
Oh yeah, no, I
clip,
was always going to look forward to Loki.
It's just Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston. They've got very good chemistry together.
Yeah,
That's what carries that.
I wonder how
franchise.
Sylvie's doing, sitting on a throne.
Oh yeah. What else to say about this film? I don't know. It's just kind of forgettable.
It's fine.
It's just fine.
Perfectly reasonable. Let me just look. Did you like Michael Douglas shoving his hands in Jello?
I
creatures?
actually did enjoy that a little bit.
I thought it looked goofy. Which
It
I
was
get
goofy.
the point.
But the thing that's the point. I like Ant-Man being goofy. I don't like the fact it's so serious.
See, I would have I don't know. I feel like this is like Love and Thunder, which is kind of tonal whiplash at places.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's like super silly Darren Cross death, but then super serious Ant-Man Kang fist fight, where Ant-Man's literally... There's a shot where Ant-Man's helmet is getting stamped on, and it's from his perspective, and you'll just see the cracking of the glass.
Yeah, and that's like a really like distressing scene. But it doesn't build up to it. There's no tension.
No.
Oh, the tension's lost.
Yeah. I get that, like, Ant-Man's coming in and destroying his base and all of that, and it's like, oh, wow, okay, fuck you, dude. Also, I swear to God, I don't know if I'm crazy, but I swear, didn't one of the trailers reveal that all the little blue-faced suit dudes that were working for Kang were Kang? Or am I just crazy?
I don't remember that.
Because I remember them having a face, and it being Kang.
No, I don't remember that.
I'd have to look up the first trailer.
No, that did not happen.
I swear it happened though, because my brain was just like, or I was waiting for
Your
that
brain
reveal.
is weird. That did
Yeah,
not
but
happen.
I was waiting for that reveal if it didn't happen, because I was like, why did that?
Also, Marvel always changes things for the trailers.
Oh yeah, no, that's perfectly reasonable, but like, I just wanna see if I'm crazy. Right? Okay, Geek. 3 months ago. That's probably the right one. Okay. Shots in the trailer. Okay. Nope. Okay, maybe it didn't.
It didn't happen. There's no maybe it didn't. It didn't happen.
That could have happened.
What? Do you think they changed it? Do you think they reloaded the
Maybe.
trailer just to prove you?
Maybe.
They're like, oh,
they deleted
Danny thinks
the
this.
3-month-old trailer.
Yeah. They say, oh, Danny's going to think this, so we're just going to change it just to spite him.
Maybe it's just because there's a blue-faced dude in a blue-faced location.
That sounds a bit racist, to
But-
be fair.
Only against avatars. Or, Navi. No, shut up, Prime Gaming.
How dare you interrupt our podcast after that?
With free promotion for Prime Gaming that neither one of us are promoted by.
I don't know what else to say. I think the audio in this isn't great. It's probably the weakest of any Marvel film ever. I don't even remember any interesting bits. At least Love and Thunder, I can say, it had good audio to it.
Yeah.
There was no songs in this. There was literally no songs.
It really is missing Luis or like his other crew members.
It's missing a lot of things.
I feel like if this was like a road trip buddy movie through the quantum realm, and then it takes a sun-serious turn.
That's exactly what this is. That's exactly.
No, but I mean that's what it should have been.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe.
Like this should have been like all of them are transported. All of Luis and other guy, Russian dude, can't do the TI guy because he got cancelled. So maybe dating or like doing something with his daughter, not dating or daughter, but something related to his daughter got him cancelled. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know, man. This film's missing a lot. And like I said, I did enjoy the company I was with for this film, but the actual film itself, I don't know.
I just don't buy the relationship between him and his daughter. I know I've said this before.
It does feel a little forced.
It's just kind of like, oh, so she suddenly switched from, I guess, being mentally wrecked that her father's absent to then like a couple months down the line going, well, he's back and he's trying to spend time with me, but fuck him for not saving the world.
But once again, I don't think it's a bad film. I just don't think it's good.
I don't think I think it's a weird way to start Phase 5.
Yeah, I'm a bit
because you've basically gone, our big bad can be beaten by Ant-Man and the Wasp and some ants. And then they set up 3 other variants who look ridiculous and a whole coliseum full of other variants all whooping and hollering. And that was the end credit scene that I was like...
Oh, they're the Kang variants, the weird ones.
Yeah, the Kang variants and then the Loki one. There were two end credits.
Yeah.
I was like, where did that go? Yeah, that was at the end. Yeah, I don't like Janet Van Dyne's reasoning behind keeping it all a secret. It's so weak. I thought all of her stuff was good. Like, what she did. I like that she just knew the world and she was just, like, traveling. Just like, yep, nope, I know what to do. But it's like, you have time. You gotta fly on this big manta ray thing for a while. You can explain the situation. It's weird. Yeah, and then I'm like, yeah, look, I fucked Bill Murray. Like, yeah, I have needs, Hank. And it's like, yeah, well, I fucked someone too. And it's just like, okay, cool, thanks.
It just wasn't really needed. I mean, you could have just... It was always going to be...
I thought they were going to reveal that her and Kang fucked.
That would have been more interesting.
That would have been more interesting. Like, oh, they got into a relationship. And it was like, oh, wait, now he's betrayed all my trust because he's got memories and shit from a past timeline where he murdered everything. That was still a bit unclear.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, should we talk about the weird rebels? Do you like the building? Do you like the movable real-life building people?
I did like the buildings, actually. I thought it was kind of funny. A little bit.
Did you like that they kind of looked like penises?
Not really.
No? You weren't really interested in the penises and stuff like that? It's a shame. Wait, what? Apparently this came out... Oh, Regency Village Theatre. Huh. Weird. Yeah, I'm just looking at 2 different release dates. I don't know how to feel about this movie. Concerned about... oh, yeah, because I keep forgetting that they named... like, the MCU Earth is, like, Earth 616. See, are they just going to send, like... How do they... Okay, here's a question.
A question? Oh, dear.
How do you think they're going to solve the multiple Kang things? Do you reckon they're going to have... low-level Kangs that are cannon fodder? Or do you reckon they're going to have just those 3 main ones as the big bad ones, and all the rest are just going to die? Or do you think they're all going to be a similar level?
No. I thought Kang in the comics was all about one Kang wants to be superior above all the other Kangs.
Maybe, but it seemed like those 3 wanted to be the top dogs.
It did, yes.
And so they called in all the other ones to stop the timelines from emerging so that the other guy can't come back. I don't know. It's very confusing.
They haven't really explained this very well, unfortunately. Maybe Loki will explain it better.
Maybe, because they are hunting a Kang. Apparently Victor Timely Kang. I thought it was Nikola Tesla.
Oh, right, yeah.
I was like, oh, why is he Nikola Tesla? Is that... If they just revealed that he's Nikola... No, but yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what to say about this film. I know it's a short episode, but
I feel like they should have done something with the TVA. Or like some sort of...
There's a lot of things they could have done. There's a lot of things they could have done. And instead, we've just got a film that is something.
I just don't think they should have kept Peyton Reed as the director.
That is true. Marvel tends to mostly work
because I don't think he's got a
when they change
visual
directors.
interest. Like, I think Ant-Man would have benefited from having a different director each time. Because
I
Ant-Man 2,
agree.
like, I thought Ant-Man 1 was okay, but that was mainly because of
But
Edgar Wright's influence.
is this Peyton Reed's fault, or is this Marvel's fault?
I feel like both. Because I don't think Peyton Reed's got a visual interesting style.
Maybe not.
Whereas,
but I
like,
also
you
think
can...
Marvel's forcing things into here. Marvel's
Oh, yeah,
definitely
true.
forced
I
Kang
feel
into
like,
all
yeah,
this. It's
yeah,
forced
they're
a
definitely...
lot of the. It's probably forced them out of doing Luis and stuff.
Apparently, I did read just before this. Apparently, a lot of the visual effects artists were annoyed because Marvel forced all of the budgets of VFX mainly to Black Panther.
Yeah, yeah.
So this had to do a lot with not as much money as Black Panther.
To be fair, I think it looks decent. Anything looks a bit flat, but for me, it looks like the actual colors, the visuals, I like them.
I didn't notice it as much as I did in other films because I just kind of sat back and went, yeah. But there are just some shots where you're just like, where they've blurred out the background so you focus on the front characters, but it really just looks like they're standing in front of a green, like the volume.
Yeah, yeah, I mean.
And I'm like, yeah, it's filmed during COVID and whatnot, but I guess. Maybe.
I think we're starting to repeat ourselves because we can't think of anything else to say.
Yeah. What do you think about the they get dragged in because Ant-Man's daughter's suddenly a quantum genius?
It kind of makes sense, I guess.
I imagine, yeah, because your daughter's like looking, but how does she know that he was in the quantum realm until after he comes back?
I think she was just studying the books.
Yeah, but
yeah, you are right. It doesn't quite make sense.
I would have thought that she would have been like, oh yeah, the snap happened, my dad got snapped, not my dad got dug into the quantum realm, unless she was thinking of the same logic before Ant-Man went, well, I didn't get dusted, and I got time traveled 5 years into the future, so I don't know. Overall, I think this movie was fine.
I'm glad I watched it. Probably won't watch it again.
What's the next thing? It's Guardians, right?
Or Loki?
Secret Wars.
No, Guardians.
No, but I mean TV shows, isn't it? Because Loki doesn't.
Oh,
have a
sequel.
release
Sequels
date.
first.
I don't know.
Might be actually.
We should have. We've just done an episode about this. We should have remembered.
I think it is Secret Wars. It was either Loki or Secret Wars, and you are right. I think Loki's longer.
Ant-Man Guardians. Release dates you need to know.
We probably just look at our schedule.
We could. Yeah, Secret Invasion is spring. Guardians is May. So they don't have official release dates for Secret Invasion, apparently.
That's a bit weird. It's probably going to
Loki's
start
after Echo, apparently.
I imagine Secret Invasion is going to start when Mandalorian finishes, or just after the crossover.
True. I
So
wonder if I'll have
probably
Disney Plus still by that time.
It will probably be on about around the 22nd of April to start.
Probably. But I have cancelled my Disney Plus subscription so that I can try and figure out how to use my 12-month free code thing.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, but it's like the Disney do not make it easy to restart your account without paying. Because it's like you deactivate your account and then it's like, okay, you can't re-upload or repay anything until your things run out. And then I'm guessing because it's got my account details set up for like payment, when you reactivate it, it just auto refills all your stuff in. So it's like, well, you've paid on this card before, so you can pay on this card again. And it's like, yeah, but I wanted to change it to the free plan code thing that I have. But they're like, no. And I'm like, well, fuck you. And it tells you not to delete your account. And I'm like, oh, god damn it. Okay, fine. I've got to figure out how this works. But that is Ant-Man, Quantumania.
I was going to say, what would you say about that? I don't know what to say about your rant about Disney.
I'm not happy. I want just 12 months free because it's 80 quid. And when I bought it, originally it was 60.
But yeah, that's our review. Let us know what you think. Did you think the same as us?
Did you like Ant-Man?
Did you like it? I know some people who love this film. I know some people who hated this film.
I think it's the same as
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Well, no, I feel like it does like sit in the middle. Like
It's just there. It's just a film.
I think it's the same as Eternals. You're just like, yeah, it exists.
It exists. It was fine when I watched it. Probably wouldn't watch
Will
it
I
again.
watch it again? I want to watch Eternals again, but it is long, and I don't love Eternals.
I would definitely put this Ant-Man as my least favorite of the other two.
Yeah.
For me, it just goes downhill. The first is the best, second and third.
Yeah, that's my. Maybe I'll grow to love it.
Maybe, but we thought about Eternals.
It just
Didn't
feels
happen.
like. No, I still like Eternals. I just haven't watched it again because I haven't gone. Yeah, let me sit down for 2 hours and 40 minutes or whatever it is.
The trouble is, it's better films. That is the trouble.
How long is Eternals? Eternals is 2 hours and 37 minutes.
Yeah, a bit long.
And I'm like, do I have 2 hours and 37 minutes of my day to watch a
Oh,
Eternals,
what did you make
movie
of Joey
that-
King as well?
Who?
Joey King?
Who?
The girl from Bullet Train. Prince.
Oh, she's in it?
Yeah.
Who is she?
Like the warrior priestess woman guy. Person.
Wait, that's her?
I'm pretty sure. It looks like her. It's got the same face.
I don't think it is.
She's got the same face.
No, I think you're wrong.
I could be wrong, to be fair.
I think your face blindness is ridiculous. I don't think she's in this movie then.
She looks like Joey King, I swear.
Yeah, but I don't think she is, and I didn't see that at all. Katie M. O'Brien is the rebel leader.
What?
Yeah, you're wrong.
She looks like her anyway. She does look. No, she does.
I do not believe that look. No.
Yes, they do. They look very similar.
No.
Look at their faces. They look.
What's the name? Jodie King.
Joey King.
Who?
No, they do. They have a very similar face.
Jodie King.
Joey King.
Joey. How are you spelling Joey?
Joey. I'm looking at the two faces now. They look very similar.
No, you're wrong.
No. They do. They
No,
look similar.
you're wrong. No, you're wrong.
I'm not
They
wrong. They look the
don't.
same.
You're just looking at the nose.
They look the same.
No, they don't. They don't look anything alike.
They look the same to me.
No. She's also 34 and she's 23. You
Age
can
just a
tell
number?
the age. Like, Joey King looks young. She does not. She looks middle-aged. No offense to her. But she does show her, like, age in the thing. Yeah, no, you're wrong. I'm glad we had this discussion at the end. Added an extra couple minutes. Anyway, thank you for listening. Like we said, check out the... I was like, what the fuck are you talking about in Bullet Train? I would have remembered a Bullet Train character. Anyway. Well, come back next time for the next movie review or TV show review that we do, where Dan also thinks Joey King is in the thing when she's not.
We'll see you next
See you
week.
next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
I threw a USB at a bell.